What a week we've had, or about 10 days. So we had a flu come through our house, otherwise known as COVID. And Joe and I got hit fairly hard with it. Me in particular, I think just because I'm breastfeeding and, you know, my body's under a little bit more physical stress. The worst part is that I can't taste or smell right now, which is really weird. And I love food, so it's like pretty terrible. Also, yesterday, the baby headbutted me, and I'm fairly certain fractured my nose. So if my nose looks weird, that's why. Like, just one of those weeks where you can't really catch a break, you know? So in all my research, when I was getting ready to get chickens and looking at our property and researching free range versus not free range, the way that our property is, we can't really use electric netting. It's just too sloped, too many trees. We've tried using it. We do have a little bit where the ducks are, but moving it is not a possibility for us. So I kind of knew I was gonna have to free range my chickens. I found this guy in Italy who free ranges all of his chickens in the forest. He has about 2,000 chickens on 2 acres. And they collect their eggs in the forest so that, you know, the chickens just make their nests wherever in the forest and they collect the eggs every day. I loved this idea. I was like, oh, that's awesome. Let the chickens be chickens and let's just, you know, collect their eggs in the nests in the forest. Well, here's the problem for me. My chickens move their nests like every week. And I tried to train them. I left them in there for almost 2 weeks. They've got wooden eggs in their nesting boxes. They have curtains over the nesting boxes. And they still choose to lay somewhere in the forest. So right now I've found one nest in the forest, but there's another nest at least one other nest that they're all using. And so right now I'm not getting any eggs, which really blows. I think I got 4 eggs this morning. And so I have to try to find this other nest. She's funny. I put alfalfa pellets in her grain to slow her down. She doesn't even eat them. She just picks through it to get to the grain and then gets antsy on the stand when she's almost out of grain. Funny goat. I want to show you guys my goat barn because it's almost completed. Finally. My milk room's not done yet. So I want to wait and give you an official tour of the goat barn once my milk room is done. That should be next week. I don't know if you can see in here. There's a couple more eggs. A couple of eggs. This kind of puts into perspective how many chickens we have right now. Some of them are meat birds. Some of them are layers. And there's more running around here somewhere. I give them about a scoop a day, but mostly they forage in the forest, which is why I love having them be free range. But what I don't love about free range is when I can't find their eggs. One egg in here. Somebody actually laid in the nesting box. The chickens are just so happy free ranging in the forest. And when we do get eggs, they're delicious. Got this little greenhouse on Amazon for like $100 just to have a place to start a little fall garden. So you can see my starts are really ready to get planted. So my goal for today, I want to get some soil in the fabric totes that I bought and get my little fall garden planted. So that's my goal for hopefully today, but definitely my goal for the weekend. I'm still a little low energy, but I think with Joe's help, we can knock that out this weekend, which would be great. Later on in the day, we are working on this little greenhouse and hopefully going to plant our starts in one of our aeroponic towers, and then also maybe filling my fabric totes with some soil and getting like some of our carrots and beets and things like that started. So that's the goal. We shall see. Kids just stole my wheelbarrow. You're gonna slide down this hill in the wheelbarrow. This giant hill.
We might have to jump off at that little dirt pile. Okay, I don't know if I should say 3.
1, 2, 3. Who's gonna go get that? Who's gonna go get that? No.
Imagine if we were in there.
That would not have been good. Okay, go get my wheelbarrow. I gotta put soil in it. We're working on our aeroponic tower here in the corner for our greens and probably our peas also.
Where do we plant these
Where do
two?
you plant those two?
Yeah.
Well, we've got a little bit planted in our totes, but we need more totes and more soil.
So you can put this in the totes.
You can plant it in that one. Like in this little corner right there, over there.
Right here? What should I do with this one?
Put it in the tower.
Is it okay if I put it here?
Sure. We're still not 100% from the flu that we had. So we're gonna call it a day. We've got 1 tower planted. We're gonna bring 2 more towers in for the rest of these starts. We've got a couple of our totes planted. And
90 towers to go.
for today, we're calling it success. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us today and talking free-range chickens and little tiny fall gardens. How are you feeling, babe?
I'm like, we have a lot of work to do before the snow comes.
I know, but I mean, how are you feeling after our bout with COVID? We had it. I can't smell or taste, so there's that.
I can. I feel fine.
All right, guys. We'll see you next time. We'll see you next time. Have a blessed day.
Bye.
Wiki. Wiki, Missy.